Hi everybody, it's Miss Veronica here at the Warren County Public Library, and I am going to be doing a yoga series with you all for the next 4 weeks. We're going to be concentrating on 4 different areas, and every single week you're going to have the opportunity to earn a special edition button. So when you complete this video, you'll be able to come to the main library and pick up through our curbside a special button that you get to keep. And then if you finish all 4 weeks of our yoga series, we're going to give you a very special prize. And so on our website, we're going to have a little digital card that you can save on your phone and mark every single time that you complete one of our yoga programs. You just bring that and show it to us, and we're going to give you something that's very special. And today, we're going to be focusing our yoga practice on balance. And so I'm going to show you 4 different activities that you can do at home to help improve your balance with things that you might have at home. And so as you can see right now, I am balancing on a giant balance ball. And this is something I use in preschool yoga at the main library all the time to help us balance. You might be familiar with it. But as I'm sitting on it right now, I'm having to balance my feet on the floor and the core of my body straight up so that I can stay centered. And so this is going to be the same concept that we think of when we're doing all of our balance exercises in just a few moments. So what you're going to need for today's program is tape, if you have it, or maybe even a long string, a ball, or anything that is shaped like a ball. It could be an orange, it could be an apple, just something that won't particularly hurt you if it falls to the floor or break. And then we're going to go through some different exercises that we can do. So I will give you just a moment to grab those things. And when you have your ball, your orange, your apple, whatever it might be, I want you to take that in one hand and hold it just like this, almost like a fist if you can. And we are going to flip our hand in this direction, so it's facing up towards the sky, and we're going to stretch out our fingers so that our ball or our sphere is resting right on our palm. And we're going to balance it just like that. Now let's try it again. Let's close our fingers, let's turn our fist, and let's try it one more time, a little bit faster. A little bit faster. Good job. Now how about tossing that over to the other hand and trying to see if it's any harder. Sometimes things can be harder with the hand that we use less often, but we definitely need to balance on that side too. One more time. Open it up. Good job. Now the balancing with our ball is not over. We're going to take it and put it on top of our head now. So place it where you feel like it's nice and steady. You need to be very, very still and sit up very, very straight. We're going to lower our hands away from our head if you can. And let's see how many seconds I can keep my ball up here. 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds. So if you can beat my record, make sure you comment down below. That probably won't be a very big challenge, but you can try. You can also take your ball and balance it on your grown-up's head as well and see how long they can keep it up. So let's put our ball to the side. We're going to try some balanced yoga poses now. And we're going to do one that I think you all are very familiar with. We're going to stand up nice and tall with our feet flat on the ground. And there are 2 ways that we can help ourselves if we do need help. One is we can hold the hand of a grown-up or a sibling. The other one is we can put our hand on a wall if we have one next to us, or you can move towards a wall and put your hand up. But when you feel nice and stable, we're going to go into tree pose. And so we are going to bring one foot up off the ground. And when we feel ready, we're going to bring that foot and balance it right there on our leg. And I'm turning my knee out to the side, but I know sometimes it's easier for you to bring your knee forward. And that's okay too. Tree pose can look a lot of different ways. And so we're going to balance just like this, and we're going to count up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. Let's put our foot down on the ground nice and careful, and let's wiggle, wiggle, wiggle so that we can stretch our ankles out. Now this time I want you to think in your head, what kind of tree do you want to be? Do you want to be an apple tree? Do you want to be an orange tree? Get that in your mind. Maybe a big, tall, strong oak tree. And when you have that in your head, we're going to do our other foot. So I did this one first, and now I'm going to do this one. We're going to bring it up off of the ground. I'm going to turn my knee out. I'm going to stretch my arms out. If I had a friend here, I'd probably hold their hand. And let's see if we can count to 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job, you guys. And even if you stumbled a little bit, even if you fell to the ground, it's okay. Because this takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot of practice to be able to stand on one foot. The important thing is that we keep trying. Now, one of our last activities is very, very fun. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this activity. I have a couple of different options. The first one is what you see here. I have taken my blue painter's tape and I've laid it out in a straight line on the floor. Now, usually I'll make my line curvy or zigzaggy, not just straight. So know that you've got some creative options there. And my second balance line is right behind me. This is something that you might not have at home, but we do have here at the library. So when you come back to practice yoga with us, you'll probably be able to utilize this. This is a foam balance beam. And so I'm going to show you the difference between walking on a foam balance beam and then walking on our tape line. And then we're going to do a couple of different things on our balance lines. So I'm going to start out on our foam balance beam. Now this one can be more difficult because you see as I stand on it, it's a little bit squishy. And that means I have to work harder for my balance because I'm not walking on a hard surface. And so I'm going to make sure to put my hands out. And if you have a grown-up, you can hold their hand and they can walk beside you. And I'm going to put one foot in front of the other. So heel to toe, heel to toe. And I'm also going very slowly, aren't I? Because I do not want to fall, I do not want to get hurt. We're going to walk all the way to the end, and when we get there, we're going to carefully step down. Awesome. Now, for what you most likely have at home, which is tape or string, you can lay that out in a straight line, but our rule still applies. We're going to be walking from heel to toe as much as we can. So we're going to start on one end, and you can make it a game. When you say go or green light, you can start walking heel to toe with our arms stretched out, nice and slow. And at any point you can say red light, and we know that means stop. And then green light, we'll finish it up. Now when we get to the end, we're going to do something fun. We're going to crouch down on the floor. We're going to sit on our bottom, and we're going to put our hands behind us, just like that. We're going to raise ourselves up, and then we're going to crab walk backwards down our line. So this takes a little practice. You might feel like you want to scoot on your bottom just like this, and that's fine. Because as you're scooting on your bottom, you're building up that core strength so that eventually you can raise that bottom up and crab walk all the way down your line. Good job, you guys. Good job. Now, before we go, I want us to review the different types of balancing we've tried today. So we balanced with our ball, just like that, with both hands on our head. It's still difficult for me. I'll get it though, I'll keep processing. We balanced in tree pose, and we also use our balance lines. I have a beam and I also have a tape line. And so our featured book today is called I Am Yoga. Now in this book, there's going to be a lot of different balance poses that you can try at home. There are many, many more than tree pose, and I encourage you all to look through them and find some that you can do together as a family. And make sure that you tell us in the comments below if there are any other creative balance poses that you tried at home and that you love. Thank you all so much for doing this program with me today. Namaste.